Hi you guys, this is Allison hanging out in my Space 2 craft, and I just finished the Mother's Day project for my mom. I have not yet continued printing photos from 2010. I need to do that, but it takes time to go in and sort all the photos. And I just recently received my daughter's 11th grade school photo. And so rather than do a school-related theme on this, I thought about doing Paige Evans' heart layout, but this picture doesn't really work for that because my daughter's too big for a heart. And then I thought, okay, I'm going to do sort of a grid layout. Shamel just did one with cut aparts. That was pretty neat. And then I went looking for paper because I want to do it in colors that she loves right now, which she wears a lot of black, but she loves this sort of mint green and pinks and peachy pinks. So I found this paper kit from the Paper Boutique. I have no idea where I got it from. I don't remember. I have used it and cut into it before, but you'll see a lot of papers on my desk. And one of them happens to be this hexagon paper. And so I thought, well, I have recently seen, and I went looking for it, and now I can't find it. And I've done similar before where there are hexagons just coming down the page. I watch a lot of Christine Harden, but I went and looked, and I don't think it was her page, but it was probably Christine Harden or Ginger's Corner or somebody else that I watch a lot of. So I'm going to scrap lift the idea, not the exact layout, but the idea of hexagons laid out on this beautiful mint green page. I think I want to border it, and a couple of choices. I have this paper to border it, which will be fun to bring in a little floral. I also thought about this paper, which I like. I like the color tone of it, but you don't get many of the flowers around it. So I don't know. Come back and I'll surprise you. Whichever I do, I will gut, because I want to use both of these to frame out the picture. So I'm going to do hexagons, and I'm just going to cut them from here. I do have hexagon die cuts, so I may cut a few more from some of these other papers also, just to mix it up a little rather than having so many solids. And I'm going to fussy cut some butterflies to decorate with, and then I'm going to layer this photo with a whole bunch of these papers. So I'm looking at doing something like this. But I'll rough up all the edges, and they won't be necessarily even. It'll be a little uneven, stacked, and boxy, something like that on this paper with the hexagons coming down. And then I'll be able to put the title over here that it's junior year or 11th grade or something like that, and 17 years old. So that is my plan. Let me go off and take care of that homework. I haven't even begun to look for ephemera yet. And so we'll come back when I have the basics done and figure out how to embellish and title this. Hi, you guys. All right, so I've done made a lot of progress. I cut down a lot of the hexagons from this sheet, but I wanted more variety, as I mentioned before, so I used some of the other pieces of paper to cut some more, and I even went into the cover to get some of this stripe paper without having to go into the whole paper pad, and this floral print, without cutting into a fresh sheet for that. So I'm really pretty happy with it so far. I did it like a little bit of a rough layout. Nothing's glued down. And I'm just trying to decide if I want to add a couple more to sort of change the dimensions so it's not quite in such a straight line. Like I think I might want to come out this way a bit, and maybe one more sticking out here, which I might do. And I may add maybe another peach. I have this one that I've already cut into, so I think it might be okay to get a couple more hexagons. However, what I think I want to do, I distressed the edge of this, and then each of these papers are distressed. So I think to be a little more cohesive and to give it all that similar shabby chic look, I think I'm going to distress each and every one of these hexagons. I won't do that in the video. I will do that off video, and then as I go, I will stick them down. I've fussed around with the placement and colors and stuff like that already, trying to make sure I don't have too many solids in one area versus too many florals right next to each other. So I think I have a pretty good mix. I'm just going to take a look and see if there's anything else that I feel I might need to add after I get all of these down. I may cut a couple more and see if I like that placement. So I'll be back once I've stuck all these down, roughed them up, stuck them all down, and then we'll start on embellishments. So I have my first 3 embellishments fussy cut out of one of the pieces of paper, but I haven't even gone looking for other things, so we'll do that after. So back in a few minutes. Okay, you guys, everything has been scuffed, and I have a dog whining. Everything has been scuffed and adhered down. I did add a couple of extra, I had to make a couple of adjustments. I decided to add this additional floral peachy color. I'm a little bit in love with this layout, you guys. I feel like Paige Evans would be proud. She does a lot. Of course, I didn't stitch, I only scuffed, but it's a little, it didn't take me as long as I thought it was going to take, so don't be afraid of doing something like this. All right, so I found a bunch of different letters. So I have these, which are like a wood grain, which I thought went really well. I have these black ones, but they're too, I don't like the style of them with the style of this, and they're a little too stark. And then I have 2 different pink ones. And this one, this is Heidi Swap. They're both Heidi Swap. And this one has numbers on it. So I might use this to do an 11 somewhere, but I also found a sticker that has 11 on it. Though it's not as big as this would be. So I may choose to do that. Oh, and this has numbers too, so I just have to decide. I think I'll definitely do an 11 there since it's 11th grade. And maybe I'll also do 23, 24 for the years. So just figure out which numbers I want to do. I did her name, and this is just on wax paper, and then I did junior because it's her junior year. I just have to decide what I would want where. I'm thinking that maybe, originally I was thinking, let's put her name there, but and maybe I just get rid of this one black one because I don't love it going on there. So I can pull this off maybe. See if I like that better. It fits a little better. Junior may fit up there too. Yeah, so junior fits there too. So I don't want it to say Reese Jr. because that's not her name. So I don't know. So maybe it makes more sense for the junior to be at the bottom. Something like that, and then it's still in the diagonal. I think I like that better rather than branching over here. I have the 3 butterflies, and I've scuffed those as well a little bit. All right, you guys, the better part of the rest of the video is sped up while I fuss around with a lot of different pieces of ephemera. In a lot of cases, I do tone on tone, but not in all cases. And a lot of these pieces that you're seeing now don't end up where I first put them. That heart does. That heart stays there. The butterflies are sort of set. I'm real happy with them sort of going up the page that way. And then I'm just looking for different spots to tuck in. I have a whole bunch of ephemera that I pulled from 2 different Echo Park sticker books. One is Here, There, and Everywhere, and the other one is Best Day, I think, or something like that. But they had similar tones. This is a little coffee shop. She spends a lot of money at Starbucks, so I thought that was appropriate to get on the page. And then I have some paper ephemera also. I probably could have gone on to my Cricut and made some ephemera, like a coffee cup or something like that, but I didn't do that. I just used what I had. In peaches and greens, there's a lot of peach on this piece of wax paper. So I do end up leaving a couple of the pieces of peach or combining a couple of flowers together. I have some macaron on there, and then some little black leafy bits just to add a little contrast and to bring in some of the black that's in the papers. Some of the stickers had a really large white border, and sometimes when it's a small sticker with a large white border, it looks a little funky. So I trimmed that in a couple of cases. I apologize, you guys. I have a puppy who's whining to go out. All right, I'm back from letting the dog out the back door. So I'm still looking for places to tuck some of the wordy bits. And some of them say, I love you, or you're amazing. Just some fun things that are fitting for this photo. Also on the butterflies, when I stick them down, I may not have stuck them down yet, I put tape on the body underneath, and then I use dimensional foam stickers underneath each of the wings to sort of help give them some dimension and prop them up. So almost done. It's looking like I'm making some progress. Sorry about that. I live on kind of a main road, and so when loud motorcycles or sirens go by, I do sometimes get a little noise. So here I'm pulling out these Heidi Swap letters. I was trying to decide if I wanted the ones on the squares or just the plain letters, and I decide to use the plain letters. And they're pretty thick. They don't feel like just paper. They feel like they're have a pretty good plastic coating or something on them. So I just pulled an 11 off of that. But they're really much easier to use than they would be if they were pure paper and that thin. So I like that. And then little hair dryer. I scuffed up some of the pieces that were just paper and things like that. So some of the items get scuffed up just to go with the feel of all those hexagons. Oh, and I had a little piece of ephemera that was like a little journal box, and so I put a 2-3 in there, and then I had to cut the apostrophe out of a exclamation point, and then I'm just trying to figure out where that should live. I think it ends up. I don't think it ends up there. It floats around a bit. So I have her name at the top and Junior there at the bottom. And then I decide that should go at the bottom, and then we'll put Junior next to it. And then some more wordy bits. So I like the little trio of wordy bits on the right hand side a lot. And then I'm just finding a few more places, and I modify some of the wordy bits by making them little fishtail banners or cutting them into 2 parts and things like that. So here comes the title. And I know it's not a very exciting title, just her name and her year, but it's a school picture. But I will tell you, I said at the beginning that I'm a little bit in love with this layout. You know, you have some of those layouts that you feel are masterpieces. And for me, this is one of them. This is a masterpiece layout that I'm really, really happy with. I don't know when I'll get to the rest of 2023 to scrapbook. So this may just have to sit on my wall for a while so I can admire it since I don't have other pages to put in an album yet. So for the next few layouts that I do, I'm going to be doing some old photos, just some random photos, while I wait for my big print order to come in. And so that'll be fun because I can get super creative. I'm not doing it chronologically. I found a couple of really old photos that I can have some fun with. So I'm looking forward to that, and I hope you are looking forward to seeing those layout processes. I'm going to probably do some scrap lifting of folks, and of course always making a card after I do the layout page. So we're about to go back to real time for the close-ups. I'm using my new metallic watercolors here to add some sparkle. I think I'm done. I might come back in and add some more hearts, but I like it, and I do like that one heart that I have. Let's pull it out so we can get the whole thing in. So thanks, you guys.